4 different ways of reading the Bible. Moving from sins to virtues. Literally, allegorically, morally, and anagogically. Literally means word for word as an historical story. Allegorical means figuratively or symbolically. Moral means ethically, virtuously, honestly, or nobly. Anagogical means mystically, esoterically, or cryptically. If one does not know astrology, one is truly missing out and will have a severely hard time understanding most of what the Bible has to say. For instance, in the book of Revelation, when it refers to the 7-headed dragon, it is simply referencing the constellation of Draco, which is found directly in the heavens, up above. That's it. Nothing to worry about the end of the world as we know it. As above, as below. What the consensus says about the constellation of Draco is that it is simply a constellation in the northern sky, known for its representation of a dragon in Greek mythology. It is the 8th largest constellation, covering 1,083 square degrees. Draco is circumpolar from northern latitudes, meaning it never sets and can be seen at any time of the year. The constellation borders Bootes, Camelopardalis, Cepheus, Cygnus, Hercules, Lyra, and Ursa Major. Did one count how many constellations Draco borders? 7, just like the 7-headed dragon in the book of Revelation. Nothing at all to be frightened about. The book of Revelation does not mean the end of the world. It is just another word for unveiling, such as unveiling the truth. Other common definitions for revelation are the act of revealing or disclosing, something revealed, especially a dramatic disclosure of something not previously known or realized, a sudden insight or idea.
Now, in astrology, the planet Uranus is about sudden breakthroughs, and you can see here the lightning striking down. It's Uranus, and this is what the symbol is about. And there's a person being humbled by the sudden awakening. Yes, get a sudden and bright idea from the divine, which is one's higher consciousness.
Idea. Unveiling literally means to take off the veil. A common veil is found between one's conscious mind and one's unconscious mind, as well as when one receives a spiritual awakening, as when one gets when one receives Christ consciousness after one properly takes the time to go within, discover the divine, and follow the divine on a daily basis. Many do not know where the term dragon comes from. From my understanding, a dragon is created by our accumulations of certain deadly sins. For instance, if one continues to practice the sin of lust, after a period of time, a lust dragon is created in one's subconscious. This lust dragon takes over the mind and heart of an individual and tempts it to lust repeatedly, over and over and over. One must overcome the lust dragon by practicing the virtue of chastity and ceasing lustful thoughts for good and not bringing these lustful thoughts into action. This process may take many, many years to accomplish. If one thinks about it, the lust dragon was created over many years of acting out on lustful behavior. Over time and with lots of prayer and meditation, one may overcome the lust dragon and kill it, cease being influenced by it for good, by not being tempted anymore by lust. It can be done. Over the years, I have defeated my own lust dragon for the most part. It bears its ugly head very infrequently. With continued proper prayer and meditation, I hardly ever hear from it anymore. Here is an icon of St. George defeating the dragon of lust.
Check this out. Here's St. George on his white horse. It says here, Oaios Yorgos. And here's the divine speaking, the higher consciousness speaking to him. You gotta stop ejaculating. You gotta stop doing the lustful stuff. And St. George is like, yeah, it's time to stop. So he gets on his white horse, which is a symbol of purity. And see the dragon down here? He defeats the dragon. He kills it! This is St. George defeating the dragon of lust.
If one desires to defeat the dragon of lust, one must humbly pray to the divine for assistance at least every day and every night. This is the only way. Get on one's knees right now and pray. There are 7 deadly sins and 7 lively virtues. Each deadly sin has a dragon, which is created by the sinner. Since the sinner created each of these dragons, it falls on the sinner to kill, put an end to each dragon. Now let's see which of my readers has spiritual wisdom. The 7-headed dragon is found in the sky, and the adage as above, as below means what exactly when it comes to the 7-headed dragon? The answer is if one can discover the 7-headed dragon in the sky, then one will be able to discover the 7-headed dragon found within oneself and kill it. When one goes beyond the veil separating one's conscious mind and one's unconscious mind, one will be on the way of defeating all of one's dragons. The seven-headed dragon directly correlates with the seven deadly sins. Get it?
Check this out. These are the seven. These here are the seven deadly sins, and these here are the seven lively virtues. If one has pride, the dragon of pride, the only way to defeat pride is with humility, practicing humility. See, basically, when pride is a dragon of somebody's, of one's, then they're practicing pride. So, in order to defeat pride, you got to stop practicing pride. But you can't just stop practicing pride. You have to go here to humility and practice humility. And then pretty soon, once you get humility in action, the pride just doesn't come back anymore. And then the greed is the same thing. You know, for practicing greed, the dragon of greed, to kill the dragon of greed, to cease it, to stop it from happening again, to stop being greedy anymore, is having charity, giving to others. You know, you can't keep what you have without giving it away. That's what I learned in the 12-step program. Lust, oh my God, ejaculation, I can't stop it, I can't help it, I've never seen that before, oh my God. You gotta stop lusting, okay? And you do that with chastity, which means you don't ejaculate, you know? That's pretty simple to do, you know? And anger, well, prayer and meditation, that's how you do it. Anger, oh, I'm angry, you know? The opposite of anger is patience. Have more patience with other people. But, you know, it's really hard to have patience with other people. So the way to do it is to have patience with oneself. Once one has patience with oneself, then one doesn't get angry with oneself. And once we're not angry with oneself, then we're not angry with others. Get it? And next comes gluttony, like eating too much and just overindulging and stuff and saying, oh, I want all those clothes, I want to go shopping every weekend. You know, it's like, that's gluttony right there, you know? Temperance. Look up what temperance means. And that's what you do. Practice temperance. Envy? You're jealous of other people? Or you're envious of yourself? You know, of other people, you know? Kindness, you know? Be kind to others, you know? And the envy will go away. And the sloth, you know? The one that just keeps you from doing anything. I'm just going to watch TV all day, you know? I'm not going to do anything. I don't give a shit. That's sloth, you know, and diligence is doing the right thing at the right time. And basically, what we need to do, if we want to get rid of our dragons, is turns one's deadly sins into lively virtues. And that's what we do, one day at a time. It takes many years to, just think of all the years you've been sinning. All of us been sinning. You know, and you think 20 years, 30 years, and you think like one day you're not going to do it in one day. It's going to take years to practice these virtues. It's going to take years. It's one day at a time. That's all we got.
There also is another veil between our two realms, the earthly realm and the astral realm. This veil may be revealed after we die and leave our earthly realm and move on to the astral realm for processing. Breaking through the earthly realm and the astral realm is depicted by the illustration below called Flammarion Woodcut 1888.
In this woodcut here, you can see here's the earth here, and here's the dome. See, he's going outside the realm. He's at the edge of the earth. He's going outside, and he's going to the astral realm. And this, see what the machines are? This is our subconscious. This is the dream world. This is where we go when we dream, and also when we go when we die. You know, for processing, and then we have a new life. And if you don't believe in reincarnation, then you're a fool. F-O-O-L, fool. You think this is your first life? There's a chance it might be, but chances are you've been here before, and chances are you'll be here again. And basically, we're here on Earth to learn our lessons. And if we don't learn our lessons, we're going to come back and we're going to learn them. You know? We're going to learn them. See the tree here is a tree of life, and here's the sun over here, and the moon, and this is a flat Earth. You know, if you think that we live in a globe that's spinning and the sun is 93 million miles away, you're a fool, total fool, and you're ignorant, super ignorant. You're like as I like to say, dumb as fuck. But that's beside the point. Okay, as above, so below.
This piece is an excerpt of my forthcoming book. If one desires to become a part of my ARC team or get a link for my pre-order, please contact me through my website. ARC is an acronym for Advanced Reader Copy Team. Check out my website, www.restoringaworldtoparadise.com, as well as my YouTube channel, Know Thyself Now with John Tzortzis, www.youtube.com/@KnowThyself with John Tzortzis. Most pics from either my camera or my paid Canva account. The Flammarion Woodcut 1888 image is a photographic reproduction and is therefore considered to be in the public domain in the United States. In other jurisdictions, reuse of this content may be restricted.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, everybody. Be good. Be real fucking good. All right. Johnny out.